look, we started off well, great energy to start the game, and then it got a little murky there for a couple quarters. But then we're trying to figure out who we really are, what we are, and then in the fourth quarter, had a great patch there to open the game up, but then also the way we attacked the offensive glass, Aquera was big for us. We just had different guys chime in at different moments to keep us around the mark, and then what he did in the fourth quarter just really opened the game up.
It was a difference maker, and he can be. He's shown so many times that he can be.
Yep.
How would you describe his game?
Well, I was just happy to see him take some transition threes. I've been on him for a couple of years now to take some of those because they're loud threes, and they're difference makers in close games. We lost a guy that was pretty good at that, so you need to find some other guys, and we do have guys on our roster that can make those types of shots. So I'm sure his confidence will grow. But then at the other end, the way he controlled the glass, Joe did a great job on the glass at the defensive end. So great all-round performance by Duke for sure.
You've been such an even team this year, different players have stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
Points, which is good, but it's also bad at times. Always obvious who's going to be the guy that's going to
Yeah.
You need him to be the guy. When he plays like that, is that a reminder that he can be the best player?
What I would say is I would love for him to be that, but he's also got to be who he is. So being the guy for him can look differently every night. If he's shutting down, probably the first time we've never really put him onto Parker down the stretch of a game, and he's had that responsibility before. So how he can influence a game, impact a game, win us a game can look different. But in a way, you answered your own question. We have different guys with the ability to step up in different moments, like Elijah Pepper, the 3 hits right before halftime. And these are timely things that help you build momentum and confidence throughout the course of a season and a game.
You sense the moment, Kristian, you took some time to really have a big impact if we look that last quarter?
I feel like it was all just within the flow of the game. I had made 2 shots previous to my first pull-up 3, and so I just had a good rhythm going for me, and I just kind of just went with it. Like you said, I work on everything I did tonight. I work on every day before practice and afterwards. So, I've put the time in, and then tonight it came to fruition.
With Jaron gone, both Pepper and Henschel kind of stepped up competitive point guard by committee. Is that something you guys are going to be looking to do going forward, rather than just having one guy running the show?
Well, the way we play, you could call numerous guys point guards throughout the flow of the game. But obviously Henschel and Pepper are going to get a lot more responsibility. Make decision making is what I would say. While Jaron's out for sure.
Sunday didn't get any PTs tonight. What was the idea behind that?
Nothing behind it. I've told you guys before, there's 40 minutes. There's 15 guys chomping at the bit to play minutes. I have a lot of decisions to make. You just asked me about Pepper and Henschel. I did a good job. They did a good job tonight. Let Mayen come in, 4 offensive rebounds. Someone's going to be disappointed. That's part of my job to manage those moments.
Let's go to Chris online. Go, Chris.
Yeah, Kristian. JR's talked about now this team's finding its identity, and it's going to take some time, but it does feel like you're finding it more and more every time you step out on the floor. And you obviously you had to change with Jaron, but just figuring each other out and finding each other's strengths. And are you pretty happy with the way that you are coming together?
Yeah, I would have liked to win by more, considering that we had a big lead to start the first quarter, and we kind of, had a lot of turnovers, myself included, to allow them to get back into the game. And then, we weren't hitting our takeaways on what they do as a team. A lot of transition baskets off of our turnovers, and so they were able to get back into the game. And, it was nip and tuck for a while there. But at the same time, getting a win like this is also important because it magnifies, when we don't do what we're supposed to do, then we're not as good as we're supposed to be, and so it forces us to be more consistent. And I feel like that'll be our biggest takeaway from this game.
JR, you're pretty happy the way that you won the physical battle. I mean, you had 22 offensive rebounds, you win the overall rebounding count by a lot, you get to the foul line 26 times. Are you pretty happy in that area?
All of those things that you talk about, absolutely. But they had 18 offensive rebounds, I think. Negative Nancy in me looks at that part of it all.
You touched on Pepper already and Henschel as well, and Quera as well. I mean, I think you can make a case that all three of them played their best games tonight, and they had the three best plus minuses on your team for the game. How happy with the three of them being?
Yeah, look, Quera, like what he's been doing over the last month for us, has been really good. Like him and Joe are like a good like 1-2 punch, and then when we put them on the floor together, like we got good size and athleticism in the front court. Sorry, you are a good athlete. But then, like the thing about Dave is consistency in his approach to practice and all of that. Like he's maturing as a player, as a professional, and that's why you're seeing some consistency in his play. And like I'm really excited for where this can go. And his teammates are like really excited as well, because you just see a young player maturing in front of our eyes. Like Pep, like his attitude to his craft and the way he goes about it and the confidence that he has, like what he does out on the floor surprises no one that sees him go to work every day. And then Henschel, although he hasn't had like a breakout like scoring night this year, I think he plays with a lot more composure, and the way that he goes about constructing it at both ends of the floor. Like he was disruptive defensively tonight, and then he made like some great slashing cuts, some good drives where previously he'd probably like take a heavily contested perimeter shot. So those are the things that are really encouraging signs from those three guys.
And then time-wise, Kristian, just go last one here in the room.
Really, all season a message to the guys has been stay ready, your moment will come.
Yep.
As a coach, it's easy to say, but as a coach, how do you get that out of the players?
Well, like you saw, like Jaren's been playing for us, being productive. Last couple of games, he's probably been somewhere between 22, 24 minutes. So there's 24 minutes automatically. Injury, illness, situations allow for opportunities to present himself. You look at any sporting team, they're dealing with this all the time. So it will happen. I can't tell you when it'll happen, but I guarantee it'll happen.
Because just ask
I don't think anyone expected 8 weeks. Jared yesterday, like, what's happening? What's he done?
Well, 8 weeks, like our guys always look at the worst case scenario.
That's bad.
Yep.
8 weeks, but like
3
weeks is what we normally
Yep.
expect. Has he done major damage?
I honestly, I just know the time frame.
Is it concerning for you? Because 2 months out for any player is not normal. Like, how concerning is it for his ability to get his body right again and then be right in the second half of the year?
Oh, like that part of it, I'm comfortable with. He's diligent about how he goes about his business. So, like, I know everyone's throwing around 8 weeks, but like that's the worst case scenario.
Do you think there's a chance?
It's on him. This is where you find out how professional guys are, is like looking after yourself, making sure you're taking all the steps to give yourself the best chance to come back as quick as possible.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Yeah, no worries.